Hello friends, welcome to Finance MCQ. I am Neha Singh. Today we will discuss about organizing, which is a part of management subject technical syllabus related to paper 2 of your SEBI grade A exam general stream. So let's begin. We will see the definition of organizing, which states organizing can be defined as a process that initiates implementation of plans by clarifying jobs and working relationship and effectively deploying resources for attainment of identified and desired results, that is, goals. We will move to the next slide, which is meaning of organizing. We will see the first point. The first point states, organizing essentially implies a process which coordinates human efforts, assembles resources, and integrates both into a unified whole to be utilized for achieving specified objective. Now we will see the second point, which states, coordinating relationships are established among the various groups, functions, activities to enable smooth interaction and clarity about each group's contribution towards a particular function or activity. Friends, to understand both the points together, we can relate it to the school fest where we see all the activities and tasks and resources are combined towards the success of the fest. We will move to our next slide, which is steps in organizing process. The first step in the process involves identifying and dividing the work that has to be done in accordance with the previously determined goals. The second step in organizing process is departmentalization. Once work has been divided into small and manageable activities, then those activities which are similar in nature are grouped together. Such sets facilitate specialization. This grouping process is called departmentalization. Third step in organizing process is assignment of duties. It is necessary to define the work of different job positions and accordingly allocate the work to various employees. Once department has been formed, each of them is placed under the charge of an individual. Jobs are then allocated to members of each department in accordance to their skills and competencies. We have reached to the last step in organizing process, which is establishing reporting relationship. Friends, merely allocating the work is not enough. Each individual should also know who he has to take orders from and whom he is accountable. Hence, this step establishes the reporting relationship. Now we will move to the next slide, which is importance of organizing, and we will see the first point, which is benefits of specialization. Systematic allocation of work reduces the workload as well as enhances productivity because of the specific workers performing a specific job on regular basis. It allows them to gain experience and become specialized in the particular area. Next importance of organizing is clarity in working relationship. Friends, it is very important to be clear about working relationship, which clarifies lines of communication and specifies who is to report to whom. This removes confusion in transfer of information and instruction. Third and the most important is optimum utilization of resources. Organizing leads to proper usage of all materials, financial and human resources. The proper assignment of jobs avoid overlapping of work and also makes possible the best use of resources. Fourth importance of organizing is adaptation to change. It allows a business enterprise to accommodate change in the business environment, modify the structure as per the requirement. And the fifth, which is the last importance of organizing, is expansion and growth. Organizing helps in growth and diversification of an enterprise by enabling it to deviate from existing norms and taking up new challenge. Now we will move to the next slide, which is the last topic for today, that is types of organizing structure. And we will see the first type, which is functional structure. Grouping of jobs of similar nature under functional and organizing these major functions as separate departments creates a functional structure. Friends, this type of structure promotes specialization, control and coordinate, increasing managerial and operational efficiency. Next is divisional structure. This is particularly true of those enterprise which has more than one category of products to offer. Each division is multifunction because each division functions like productions, marketing, finance, purchases, etc. are performed together to achieve a common goal. The third type of organization structure is formal organization, which refers to organization structure which is designed by management to accomplish a particular task. It specifies clearly the boundaries of authority and responsibility, that is systematic coordination among the various activities to achieve organization goals. The structure in a formal organization can be functional or divisional. Now we will move to the fourth type of structure, which is informal structure. Friends, let us understand that informal structure emerges from the formal structure. When people interact beyond their official defined roles, when people have frequent contacts that cannot be forced into a rigid formal structure. Rather, based on their interaction and friendship, they tend to form groups which show conformity in terms of interest. Example of such groups formed with common interest may be those who take part in cricket matches on Sundays, meet in cafeteria for office, are interested in dramatics, etc. Fifth and the most important type of structure is delegation, which refers to the downward transfer of authority from superior to a subordinate. It is a prerequisite to the efficient functioning of an organization because it enables a manager to use his time on priority activities. And the last type of organizing structure is decentralization, which explains the manner in which decision-making responsibilities are divided among hierarchical levels. Put simply, decentralization refers to the delegation of authority throughout all levels of the organization. In other words, decision-making authority is pushed down the chain of command. Now we will move to the next slide, in which we will see the example of organizing. We all watch match. During the match, we see that specific functions are being divided, like batting, bowling, fielding, and a few of batsmen are being kept as extras. Entire the duration of the match, we see the continuation of organizing function is being carried out to achieve the common goal, that is to win the match. We will see the second example, which is more relevant to a company or business. The departments are being divided on the basis of their functions like marketing, human resource, administration, and production. And all the functions coordinate and perform their specific tasks to achieve the common goal of the organization. Friends, let us see what all topics we have covered today. So we have covered what is organizing and its meaning, steps of organizing, importance of organizing, types of organizing structure, and examples of organizing. Friends, I have tried to cover all the important points from the topic organizing, which I feel is important and relevant for a SEBI Grade A exam general stream. Friends, if you want to practice MCQ questions related to today's topic, please visit Finance MCQ website. It has entire technical syllabus of SEBI Grade A exam in MCQ format. It has 2000 plus subject-wise, topic-wise MCQ questions to practice. Further, we have added the clarification for the correct answer wherever required. We also have 25 test series to practice for paper 2. So friends, do visit Finance MCQ website to practice your technical syllabus. That's all for today's video, friend. Thank you so much. I will come up with new video. Till then, take care. Thank you for watching.